I'm Timmy Albers, and I'm here with
Cover Dixon.
We are your play-by-play and analysts today for this hopefully great match to come.
We saw the Saints play against our Maroon on the JV side last week, and it was a tough competition, so I think we're going to see some even more competitive spirit from the girls out on the field today.
And during that intro, the Maroon have been able to battle up near the St. Stephen's goal. Winnie's going to take it, crosses over, draws a penalty. Huge for the Maroon. Great start. It's going to be one of those corner hits, corners I believe they're called in the field hockey world. Great opportunity to score here for the Maroon. Only 2 minutes into this game. Not even 2 minutes. Winnie Hughes is going to be the player to take the corner. She's going to chase a ball right now. We've seen a couple people take them this year. We've seen Jude Logan and Emma Blue Sinclair are the main two I had seen. But now we have Winnie. She's going to give it to Gracie. Not surprised with that. She's going to shoot. Hits off the side of her stick, kind of dribbles out. But Kincaid's going to gain control of it on this right side. Sends it into the middle. St. Stephen's trying to clear. Kincaid sends it back in the middle. Winnie out to Gracie. Gracie's going to shoot. No good. Goalie able to kick it away. Gracie still has it, though, right outside the St. Stephen's circle. She gets it stolen from, and a St. Stephen's player runs over number 4, Chandler Brown. And that's going to be a call against them. I mean, you had to assume they were going to call that.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a lot of scrappiness in this game, it being the first round and all. Both teams will really be wanting to put this win on their books.
Yes, you would love to see some scrappiness, but of course nothing too serious on the field. Kincaid plays the free hit back to Claire Walsh, plays it back to Emma Blue Sinclair, who tries to get it up the field to Lily. Intercepted by St. Stephen. No, not Lily, Julia. Now the Saints have it after an out-of-bounds hit. Jude Logan prevents the ball from going up. Right back out of bounds. Ball hit from St. Stephen's, gets all the way through. Gracie Buxton's there to defend, though. She clears it right out of bounds. Good defense from the Maroon, not really letting St. Stephen's attacks getting anywhere yet, but they are slowly making their way down the field. Ball played in. Lindley doesn't go for the ball, gets right to where the player's going to be. Smart defense. St. Stephen's whiffs on the cross in. Now Chandler and Lindley both applying pressure, along with Claire Walsh, who's going to be called for a penalty right outside the semicircle. St. Stephen's going to play it quick, making a little bit of progress, not much though. Ball hit for a second by Jude Logan, gets to a St. Stephen's player though. Now St. Stephen's a chance to score. Elle Young on top of it. No goal. Great defense by the Maroon. Something called against St. Stephen's. Near score by St. Stephen's. Oh no, they're gonna get the ball outside the semicircle. I was incorrect. Shot taken, misses wide right. Oh, another amazing chance for St. Stephen's. That one misses wide left of the net, though. I guess it was probably what I claimed to be a shot wide right was probably more of a pass leading up to a much better shot, but that one also missed the net. Now it's Maroon to hit it in from the top of the semicircle. Good control by Maroon, specifically Lindley and Kincaid. Oh, and the St. Stephen's ball gets past Kincaid. They're calling a penalty. They're going to leave it. take their time with this one. No, they're going to make them bring it back even further. Good defense from Jude Logan and Winnie Hughes. And Chandler Brown catches the stick instead of the ball. Maroon needs to get it out of this area ASAP. There you go, Gracie Buxton with an interception. She's going to pass it up to Jude. Oh, and Jude's going to run into one of the St. Stephen's players, and I think they're going to call a penalty on her for that. And I don't really understand the rule on that, but it looked like it was both two players running for the ball, and one of them happened to fall down. What do you think, Cover?
Yeah, it looked to me like, Jude just had momentum and the other girl tripped.
That's what I saw too, but I am not a referee for field hockey, and there are plenty of rules I do not understand still. Ball's going to get up to Jude. She's going to take it onto the other side. Gracie ends up getting it. St. Stephen's player puts a body on Gracie, and they're going to call her for that. Can't do that, I guess. Winnie Hughes to take this free hit. She's got a couple of players open, but St. Stephen's gets it. Tries to play it back up when he was there, though. Yep, they're going to call St. Stephen's on that. Winnie to take this one. Tries to play it up to Jude. St. Stephen's is there. Jude gets it, though. She's going to shoot it. Deflected by St. Stephen's players. Still pressure from Julia. And there's going to be a foot on Julia. St. Stephen's ball. St. Stephen's trying to pass it around. Ball out on Julia. I thought that was going to be maybe Episcopal ball deep in St. Stephen's territory. Starting a little bit of thinking, that's got to be yep. Off the feet. Obstruction. Emma Blue Sinclair to take this one. Winnie cutting. Tries to get it to her. That's off the foot of a St. Stephen's player. They're going to go again.
I really like to see the teamwork between the whole team, not just the upperclassmen leading the girls, but you really see dominance from all players on the field, especially the juniors, Emma Blue Sinclair and Winnie. Yes,
Winnie Hughes Jr. is a captain this year alongside Gracie Buxton, the senior committed to play field hockey at Cornell. As we say this, the Maroon are in the semicircle, and there's going to be a corner for the Maroon. Great opportunity again, and that's what we've been seeing so far this game. It's just good pressure and forcing these corners, and you just got to hope one of them ends up with an eventual goal. Winnie to take this one again. Gracie in a different position, though, more on the left side instead of the top of the corner where Claire Walsh has replaced her. Winnie waiting on the whistle from the ref. Gets it. Gives this one to Gracie again. Gracie shoots. Scores! From the right outside the semicircle, maybe right inside. Ball just barely leaves the ground, skips across. No one really touched it. Goalie must have not seen it. Wow, what a goal, what a start from the Maroon. And just like I was saying, one of these corners were going to go in eventually, and it only took two this time. I mean, you can't ask for a much better start. 6 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock here in this first quarter. 1-0, Maroon. What do you think about that goal, Cover?
I think it was spectacular. We've seen a lot of amazing goals from Gracie this season, and I'm just hoping to see more throughout this game. Hopefully we can put as many points up on the board as possible and not let the Saints get any.
Yes, I think that would be the desired outcome. El Young, I believe is coming off a shutout. Yeah, we just the Friday Night Lights game was actually a pretty great win for the Maroon. I believe it was 4-0. Goals. I think there was a goal from Gracie, a goal from Winnie, and I believe there were 2 from Jude Logan. Hoping to see those three score a lot today as well. As Winnie steals the ball and she's running up. Oh, that one just barely touches the foot of Julia, even though she try to dance around that one. That was looking like a promising push. Oh, and that ball's going to go out on the St. Stephen's pass down the sideline, just right off the stick of a St. Stephen's player. And Blue Sinclair to take the out-of-bounds hit. Oh, she's going to play it up. What a ball. Right up to, I believe that's Sarah?
Sydney Gray.
Sydney Gray. Sorry. Gracie. Taking it down. Oh, good cross. She's going to shoot it. Oh, over the net. Wow. She did a reverse shot. I hadn't seen that in a while. A ball that goes over the net. I mean, it's very impressive to get that much loft on the field hockey ball, especially after that great cut move. But, I mean, if that's a couple feet lower, I think that's right off the crossbar and in.
Yeah, it would have been an incredible shot.
Could have been goal of the year. Would have added on to her goal count of 1 this game. Would have doubled it to 2. So St. Stephen's ball. Yes, it's going to be a penalty against St. Stephen's, as the Maroon really jumped on that ball. It kind of went through all the Maroon players, but now Winnie, she's got it. They're playing advantage here for the Maroon. She's going to fake a shot, try and cross it in. Yep, advantage called, and that's going to be another corner for the Maroon. It's smart by Winnie not to just to kind of let them get it. She picked up that a penalty was coming if St. Stephen's touched that ball. Let's see, now we're going to get a different corner taker today, or for this one. It's going to be Emma Blue Sinclair. Now we see Gracie and Winnie at the top of the semicircle. It's going to go to Gracie again. She's going to pass it though. Claire Walsh shoots. Goalie on the ground. Julia's got a shot. Oh, what a save by St. Stephen's defender. It was just Julia and the defender, and the defender was able to get her stick parallel to the ground and block that one from going in. Wow, what a play. Gracie's going to take this one as the St. Stephen's clear went out of bounds on their goal line. Gracie just kind of puts it in, trying to create chaos. Penalty against the Maroon this time. Heard the sticks clash and was hoping for a Maroon one. Oh. Claire Walsh trying to get the ball back. St. Stephen's player kind of blocked her from it though. Oh, almost a great, it was a great effort to try and keep that ball in as it was in the air, but it did not end up going St. Stephen's way. Emma Blue, beautiful ball into the middle. Jude Logan has it on her stick, fighting with the St. Stephen's player. They're going to get a clear on that, but Emma Blue's right there. Gets it to Winnie. Winnie splits the defense. She's going to have a shot here. Shot! Oh, misses wide right. Wow, that would have been a spectacular play to add on to the Maroon lead, as she just kind of went right in between two players there. St. Stephen's playing around in the back, moving over to the right side of the field, which I don't think Maroon has gone to as much, or I guess. Yeah, they're the far side from where we're standing, but St. Stephen's has enjoyed using that a little bit. Maroon's kind of stayed in the middle. Also playing through Emma Blue Sinclair on the left in the back line. Oh, Winnie with a spin move. Gets past almost 3 St. Stephen's defenders until the penalty is called against St. Stephen's. She's been unstoppable this game. Oh, Winnie tried to play it to Gracie right away, but they're going to make her bring it back. She's going to play this one back. Gracie plays it to the middle. Julia has it. Fighting with it. Sydney Gray. Good defense by St. Stephen's to take that one out. Maroon's still on pressure though, and St. Stephen's just gonna have to hit it out of bounds. Gracie's taking this one down the sideline with 1 second left on the clock, and that's gonna be the end of this first quarter. Score: Episcopal 1, St. Stephen's 0, and this has been some amazing gameplay and exactly what we were expecting for this first round of playoffs. Both teams really giving it their all. What do you have to say about the game so far, Kobe?
I think, like I said in the beginning, that it was going to be competitive, and I think that we're definitely seeing that. We're seeing a lot of tenacity from the girls, especially from the Saints on defense. They're really making us work, and I think that's exactly what we want to see in these types of situations because, you know, it kind of sucks to see a game where just one team is completely dominating and there's not really any great competition. So this is what we like to see, and I'm glad that it's going to continue from first whistle to last.
Yes, I agree. I think that both teams have showed a lot of tenacity. I really like that word. I think that's a great word to sum up what we've seen today. I think the Maroon needs to keep continuing the chaos they've been creating down in that semicircle, just drawing the corners, getting second chance looks, and keeping that high press going. And honestly, their defense has been pretty great so far. There was only, I'd say, a minute or two where St. Stephen's was really threatening, and they were definitely threatening when they were there. But I think our strong midfield and our strong attackers have been keeping the ball on our side of the field, which is very important in this game. And the defense and El Young also need to keep doing what they've been doing and preventing their St. Stephen's chances into goals. I wonder if we're gonna see any trick plays if Maroon keeps continuing to get all these corner attempts. So I've seen Coach Blunt call up some different plays which involve some more passing and some more elusiveness rather than the normal technique of maybe one pass to just the center or to a specific person, or just shooting it right off the bat with our two really good shooters being Gracie and Winnie. But I wonder if we keep getting these opportunities, that's something that we're gonna see in this match.
This isn't a trick play, but I love to see it when I think Gracie and Winnie both do it when they hit the ball up on their stick and kind of like dribble with it in the air. I think that's the coolest.
The air dribble is, I love when they do that. I think Winnie is more consistent in doing that. I mean, in the sense that she does it a lot more. It's a really cool strategy, and it's interesting how well it works because I feel like I would almost think it wouldn't work that well, but it always kind of seems to just work as long as they can keep it on the stick.
Yeah, I definitely don't have the hand-eye coordination for that one.
Yes, I don't know. Maybe my hockey days would be able to help me, but I assume that one's got to be pretty hard to learn and master, like some of the girls in our team have. Great passing from the Maroon when he tries to play it up to Chandler. St. Stephen's gets it though. I love this pressure though that we're seeing from the Maroon. St. Stephen's finally able to break through it for one of the first times this game. Emma Sinclair loses the ball in the semicircle. St. Stephen's gonna have a chance to score. Oh no, great defense there. I believe that was Julia Caulfield who was able to stop that ball from going in. The St. Stephen's player had a wide open shot. It was just the goalie to beat, and she beat the goalie, but Julia Caulfield came in and stopped that one. Great play. Winnie gets a small touch on Gracie's hit from outside the semicircle. Tries to get it to Chandler, but it's got a little too much pace on it. St. Stephen's showing a lot of growth since this first quarter, breaking through this press a lot easier right now. Emma Sinclair, though, able to get it. Maroon's they've got to settle and keep the ball on their stick. Emma Sinclair, wow, gets through 3 St. Stephen's defenders up to Julia. Oh, and that one's going to hit her foot. Oh, and St. Stephen's player is going to her stick's going to hook onto Julia's and it's going to come out of her hands. I don't know what the rule is on that. And the blue to Gracie. Gracie to Kincaid, but it was an awkward spot for Kincaid to get her stick to. Hit in for the Saints. Chandler's running to get this one. You gotta love the press still going. Can't be tired yet. That ball's gonna go all the way out of bounds.
And it looks like Saints have this ball now. Good pass to Gracie.
Gracie able to fight through and keep the forward progress going, but there was a St. Stephen's player there. Oh, El Young with a big kick, clears it out. A scrum for the ball here. Julia makes a nice move. Oh, good ball. Clears it up to Chandler in the middle of the field. Ball is quickly stolen, though, by St. Stephen's. Chandler gets it back, though. Considering what to do with it, tries to pass it. Oh, those two players collide, and it's going to be against Chandler. Now St. Stephen's going to push quickly up this right side. Winnie gets a stick on it. Calls for the ball. Julia backs off, gets into open space. Winnie's going to hit this one hard. Oh. I don't know what the call is, neither does Winnie, because she hit it too hard. No, I think that is the result of it being too close to a player in the air after a hit where you swing back. I'm not 100% sure on that rule. It's one of the ones that confuses me every time. Julia able to stop their push for now. Danger is still somewhat there. But Winnie gets it up to Lindley. Now she's got plenty of room to run as she now crosses the 50. She's just going to try and push this one down as far as she can. The sideline was a good ball. Smart decision. It was hit off St. Stephen's too, so the Maroons going to keep possession. I didn't know that. Great play.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of smarts, game smarts, being used in this game, I'd like to say.
Yes, I think we're playing a very smart brand of field hockey right now. Oh, that one hits off the feet of Claire Walsh. They got to stop that ball. Yep, ref's going to make sure they do. Now St. Stephen's starts their push. They're saying Lindley's stick didn't make contact with the ball, but the St. Stephen's player's stick instead. Ball played, El Young, big kick. Good ball to Julia Caulfield. Oh, and she's going to juke the St. Stephen's player almost out of her shoes there on that crossover. Didn't really end up mattering though, because St. Stephen's has possession again. They're going to cross it in. Big fight for the ball. No penalties called yet. Julia trying to get it out. Still fighting for it. Now Kincaid over to help on this left side. Oh, and they're going to give St. Stephen's a corner here. First or second corner here for St. Stephen's, I can't remember, but let's see how the Maroon defense is going to do here.
Yeah, hopefully they're not able to convert on this one.
Yeah, so hopefully we can keep our streak of strong playing going. Ball played to the nearest person on the left side. It's going to be a shot. El Young save. Shot again. El Young with a beautiful save after the second shot didn't get that far, and the St. Stephen's player was right there, the player who took the corner. It's going to go out of bounds, but I mean, great goalkeeping from El Young. St. Stephen's going to play this one quick. Looking for a shot. Claire Walsh with great defense. Oh, it's going to hit her foot, though. It's going to be another corner for the Saints. Maroon really needs to get this out of their zone as soon as they can.
I don't know about you, Timmy, but it gives me a lot of anxiety having the ball over here on this side of the field.
It definitely does for me as well, especially with our lead of only 1 right now. I'm definitely feeling a little stressed with all these chances they're getting, but El Young's been doing great. Ball played to the middle this time. Played back to that left side, down to the person who played the corner on the baseline. And I think they're going to call that out against St. Stephen's. No, it's going to St. Stephen's. St. Stephen's players were not happy about that call. Tries to play it in. Hit off the foot of someone. It's going to be off the foot of Maroon. They're going to have another chance. Ball played short. Played to the middle. It's a scrum here. Shot. Stop by Emma Blue. Call against St. Stephen's. Great defense by the Maroon. And wow, we've been doing that on both sides of the field, offense and defense, just staying in those chaotic scrums and then drawing the penalty to either help us score a goal or help prevent one. Now Winnie's going to take this one coast to coast. Gets stopped on her backhand cross. She's going to play to Gracie, though. Gracie tries to get it up to Lindley. Ball's intercepted, though. Gracie gets it back, though. Way to read the eyes of St. Stephen's. She takes it down this left side. She's going to shoot. Oh, another one over the net from Gracie. Wow. She's been getting a lot of loft on these shots today. Emma Blue yelling to the Maroon offense woman to press as they've been doing this game.
Takes a lot of energy, but you know, the girls, they still look strong, and it doesn't seem to have worn them down at all.
Yes, I think they're playing with a different level of fuel for this playoff game, especially against the crosstown rival St. Stephen's. Battle for Alexandria, some people like to call this game. Oh, I don't like that call one bit, to be honest. I thought Winnie got the ball there, but they're going to call it against, they're going to say she got a stick. Maroon keeps up the press, but a great play by St. Stephen's. Emma Blue jumps that pass, though. Gets it to Gracie. Gracie's got a little room to run here. Gets run into. That's got to be a call against St. Stephen's. Yep. That's all. Oh, no. They're calling it against Maroon. Wow. Now St. Stephen's running down this left side. Ooh, that looks like maybe a stick to the face is going to be advantage. Oh, but then the foot cancels it. Now St. Stephen's down this right side. Ball played to the middle. Now Maroon's running with it, though. St. Stephen's able to get it. Now take it back the other way. It's going to go out of bounds. Oh, Maroon ball. Gracie. Oh, no, they're calling her for a foot, I think, there. St. Stephen's ball played right to the stick of Gracie, who's just going to try and clear it out. She kind of tops that one, though, and it was off the foot of a St. Stephen's player. Ends up working out great for the Maroon anyway. Gracie to take this one. She's going to play it down. Oh, great play by St. Stephen's to snatch that one out of the air. Oh, she had a wide open player running for a cut, but it didn't make great contact. St. Stephen's still retains possession, though. And at least for now, with this maroon press. I hope not for long. They're making progress, though. They're going to call Kincaid on stick-to-stick contact. Right outside the semicircle. I'm getting stressed again, Cover. We've been in our zone a lot.
Yeah, you know, I was really not expecting this change of events, but it's good to see the defense work, and you know, I have faith in them that it's all going to work out.
Yes, I think maybe the press got a little, or the St. Stephen's came with a new game plan to break the press, and it's been working pretty well. But it did essentially steal us the first goal of the game, which at this point, I mean, it wouldn't be that unlikely for it to be the only goal of the game, as I believe the first St. Stephen's game we played was also decently low scoring. Kincaid to take this one. 1:50 left in this first half. Tries to play up to Winnie. St. Stephen's player jumps on it. Winnie still gets it, though. She's just going to play it to Gracie. Great ball. Good effort from Gracie to run and get that one. Advantage played for the Maroon. Oh, now she's got room to run. She's got a bunch of players to pass to. Let's see what she's going to do. Oh, the stick of a St. Stephen's player, she loses it. She's got 2 gloves on, though. Gracie's going to take a shot. She's going to whiff. Oh, misses a shot again. Wow, I don't know what the call is there. I mean, she missed 2 shots in a row. She's got to be frustrated, and there's a penalty. I mean, you might want to see maybe Gracie pass the ball there. She had a couple players up. Oh, ball coming to us. I'm going to make a play on it. Hit in from the ball out of bounds. Easily stolen by Winnie. 1 minute left. See if the Maroon can get something going here with this short time. It's going to go up to Julia. Julia's just going to try and play it up. St. Stephen's able to break the press a little bit there. But now Maroon's got the ball again. And it slips through to Gracie. Gracie's got players to pass to. She's going to go up to Julia. Julia's got 200 left. Oh, tries to get it to Jude, but hits her in her feet rather than the stick, and that's going to go against St. Stephen's. Oh, Gracie gets stripped. 20 seconds left for the St. Stephen's. They've got numbers on offense. Claire's going to stop the ball, though. And now the Maroons got a quick chance with 13 seconds left. Gracie tries to play it all the way up. Wasn't going to be anything. 5 seconds left. Right at midfield, it's going to be the end of this first half. Maroon 1, St. Stephen's 0. I believe we have a 10-minute break for you guys, 5-minute break for you guys. We will see you back shortly. And we're back here for some second half action. For those who are just joining us now, the score is 1-0 for the Episcopal High School Maroon. Goal was scored by Gracie Buxton with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. 15-minute quarters for those who do not know that. This is the first round of ISL playoffs. These teams have both shown great signs of grit and tenacity, as Cover said earlier, and we're hoping for a great second half here, which starts now. Winnie's pass intercepted. Now St. Stephen's using their speed, move up the right side of this field, cross in, makes it through. St. Stephen's is going to have a chance here. Very dangerous for the Maroon. Emma Blue, though, gets it on her stick, tries to clear it to Chandler. Intercepted again by St. Stephen's. Danger is not gone just yet. Winnie, great defense. She's got to get it out. She does to Jude. Jude's got some room to run. Met by a St. Stephen's player. She's going to play it up to Chandler. Chandler didn't have the speed to get that one. But overall, good defense by the Maroon to get it out of their zone, as that was a pretty close chance there for St. Stephen's. Now Winnie up the middle. Gets it stolen from off her stick. Or she just lost it, I think. I couldn't tell. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty against St. Stephen's. She's going to complain against that one. Kincaid is going to be smiling. I think she's kind of happy about that call. I don't know if she necessarily agrees, but she's going to take it, as it was against St. Stephen's. Now Gracie's going to pass it up to Winnie. Winnie to Sydney, I believe. Up to Julia. Oh, it's going to get her away from her stick, though. Wasn't quick enough for that one. Maroon's gotta get their passing a little more accurate right now. Would have, in these last couple minutes, we could have had a chance or two if a ball was maybe a little slower, a little more accurate on their stick, which has honestly been a big thing the whole game. But we've been doing pretty great in all aspects so far. Nothing really to complain about. Just a small thing I just noticed. Now St. Stephen's up this right side. Gracie. Oh, they're gonna call St. Stephen's the same girl on a push again. St. Stephen's players are not happy about that call again. Oh, Winnie tries what we were just talking about, the air dribble. Didn't work, but it was a call against St. Stephen's, so I guess it technically does work. Winnie instructing Kincaid to go back. She doesn't listen, gives it to Gracie, and St. Stephen's is going to steal it. Kincaid, though, chance to make up for it. Has it on her stick. She's got to get it out as far as she can. She's going to let it go out. Up. She lets the St. Stephen's player touch it and then lets it go out. Great play by Kincaid.
Really smart play.
Yes, very, very intelligent. We've seen that all game from not just Kincaid, but everyone on the Episcopal team. Oh, Claire Walsh gets it taken off her stick, though. Thought she got a stick back and made up for it, but she ends up pushing the St. Stephen's player. And now it's going to be a corner for St. Stephen's. Episcopal's putting on the masks. We heard some murmurs of how maybe that could be a stroke, which I believe is like a penalty shot. St. Stephen's on the corner. Played to the middle. She's going to take a shot. Winnie's going to step up and block that one, and now she's going to get it. Still has the mask on. Clears it. They're going to call a foot all the way back. You assume they would let him play through that one, but I guess not. You know, Cover, I'm always interested on why the players are so quick to just rip the mask off. I mean, do you think they're really that uncomfortable? I feel like I can't really tell.
Maybe it's not that they're uncomfortable, but the fact that they might be hindering their vision a little bit.
That was my next question, was do you think if they can't see great out of them? Because my next thought would be, why not make a better mask?
Yeah,
you can see better
that would
out
be
of?
a good question to ask.
Maybe they're really heavy. I don't know. I mean, field hockey ball is pretty hard, so you got to assume that they're pretty strong masks. Gracie's cross almost goes in, but no one really got a stick on it, and it's just going to end up going a little wide to the right. As we were talking about the masks, another one of the mysteries of field hockey to me. Or I guess it's not really that big of a mystery because I understand what they do, but it's just something I'm interested in. Gracie takes it off the stick of a St. Stephen's player. She's got room to run, gives it to Winnie. Winnie gets it through. St. Stephen's player, shot blocked by St. Stephen's goalie. Danger's not gone though, but no, maybe it is. Now St. Stephen's is the one creating the dangers. They've got a lot of room to run. Maroon still has numbers on defense. That's going to be a foot off Kincaid, and now it's going to be a St. Stephen's. They're going to make her bring it up closer. St. Stephen's on the free hit, plays it to the middle. Gracie gets her stick on it. Nope, they're going to say it hit her foot. I thought her foot maybe got out of the way there. They're going to play it back. Played in now. Good chance. Blocked by Kincaid. Stinger still there. Great save from El Young.
Another one of the questions or mysteries of field hockey, in my opinion, is why or how are they not freezing? I am very cold standing over here on the commentating table, and I'm wearing full sweatsuit.
Yeah, you see some of the players out there, no undershirts, no nothing. I mean, they are running the whole time, but still, you gotta assume. I mean, I guess maybe the goalies aren't too cold as they've got all the pads on. St. Stephen's corner hit, about to come up, waiting for the whistle. Whistle blown. Played to the left side, shot, blocked by El Young though. No goal. Wow, great opportunity for St. Stephen's. Better goaltending though. Claire plays it to Kincaid. Oh, it gets past her though. St. Stephen's on the pressure. Kincaid's still fighting for it though. And they're going to call it against that St. Stephen's player again. She is losing her mind about this. I mean, I think I would be too. She's gotten a couple maybe questionable calls against her in this second half. Almost had to make a play on that ball rolling towards us, but St. Stephen's player beat me to it. Their hit from the out-of-bounds ball. Lindley gets it though, puts it through the legs of a defender. Yep, and she's gonna be in the way, block, can't do that. Now Winnie, gonna launch one real high up to Gracie. Great touch from her, plays off her sticks, fakes like she's going back and then keeps going forward. Now she's gonna run with this one. Stick handling through. She's gonna keep on going, coast to coast. Gotta see a shot. Shot, score by Gracie, what a goal. Dribbled through just about every single St. Stephen's player all the way to the goal and just smacked that one right in. What a play from Gracie Buxton. Now the Maroon lead 2-0, 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in this third quarter. And the Maroon are now up 2-0. Giving themselves a little more of a cushion here. Hopefully creating a little less stress for me and Cover when St. Stephen's are close to scoring. St. Stephen's quickly on the offensive again with a call against Maroon's feet, but Maroon's handling it well. Claire Walsh played up to Lindley. St. Stephen's going to steal it. Now they're running with it. Winnie, almost intercepts the pass. Gets by her, though. Now Gracie gets it. Great defense, and now they've got another good chance here. Winnie passes it up, or Gracie passes it up to Julia. Oh, who gets it stolen from? But Gracie's kind of still there. She can get there. Nope. Didn't get there in time, but the ball's going to go out of bounds. That was a great chance for the Maroon. We're going to see some substitutions here. And Blue Sinclair is clear. I thought that hit off the legs, but I guess it was a stick. And then St. Stephen just hits it right into their goal line. It's going to be a hit for Maroon. I think that goes to the top of the semicircle. It does. Claire looking over who she's got. Oh, St. Stephen's reads exactly where she's going, but Kincaid's able to stop her for now. Oh, and she's going to get called again. Oh, and she's going to get a card coming off the field. It's a green card. Maybe it's just too many times, too many warnings. Couldn't stop. I don't know. I guess it's an elbow wraparound is what she's calling her for. And you really just gotta feel for these referees as they're getting a little bit of talking from some of the fans in the St. Stephen section, but I mean, there's not that many refs nowadays who are willing to give up their time and come out to these games, and you just got to feel for them a little bit, as I know all of us, especially me, have obviously been bad to a ref at some point in their lives, but I mean, sometimes you just got to feel bad for them. We got some stopping going on. I guess the coach is trying to argue that shouldn't have been a card. I mean, so this is another thing that I sometimes don't understand, is that they're not going to change their mind because the coach said anything. I mean, maybe just ask what the specific rule they're calling is, and then try and tell your players not to do that anymore, because that would make a lot more sense to me than just trying to change their mind. But I've never been a coach, so I don't know.
Yeah, never have I seen a ref decide, hey, I'm going to reverse my call. So, yeah, I wonder what the coach is doing over there.
Yeah, thanks for telling me what you think, coach. Or player. I mean, I'm definitely the villain in this scenario. I'm creating a lot of the time, but I'm trying to be better about it. I'm trying to not hate on refs, as I started the process of becoming one but never finished it. As I think I would have failed there was some reason, I can't remember why. I'm not going to get into it here, though, as Maroon now have a good striking opportunity. Right about when I said that, St. Stephen's got it on their stick and started to clear it, though. Great play by Sydney. Stopping it. Now Winnie's going to get the ball. She's going to look to run and dribble with it. Now she's going to pass it up to, I believe, is Sydney. Yep. St. Stephen's still has it, though. Oh, Sydney with almost an amazing defensive play there to keep it in their zone, but they're going to call a stick violation. Now they're going to play a ball all the way down to Emma Blue. She's going to stop it in her tracks. Oh, tries to get through. Gets pushed a little there. Yep. Penalty call against St. Stephen's.
Oh.
Well, that ball played up off of, it looked like near the hands of a St. Stephen's player. And they're going to call her for I think, hitting the ball too high with players nearby. 3 minutes left in this third period, or third quarter. Battle around the midfield right now. No one really making any significant progress. Winnie now up the right side. Cuts it up closer to the middle. Takes it back outside. Getting past both of the defenders that were on her. Call. Foot against St. Stephen's. Winnie still had it anyway. Gracie trying to make room, make herself available. Winnie's just going to cross this one in. Makes it all the way to the keeper who kicks it. I guess it hit off of a St. Stephen's player's foot as well, as the Maroons going to get a corner here. Gracie's taking the corner here. Maybe some trickery like I was talking about earlier. They're going to pass it right back to Gracie. Who's going to put it into the middle to Winnie. Winnie's shot, oh, just barely missed. Great play by the Maroon. And that's exactly what I was talking about from Coach Blunt, seeing if she would maybe draw something up in this second half, and she definitely did there. Call against Lindley, I believe. Ball goes through the legs of Winnie. Kincaid's there to stop it, though. White ball. In the words of the ref. Winnie stops the attack, gives it to Gracie. Gracie's got Winnie on the left side. She passes it to her. Oh, but it hits off Winnie's foot. She's going to just sprint right past the ball, trying to get back on defense. Maroon an all-out drop here. Ball off Kincaid's foot. So Stevens has a couple of players to pass to. Someone's got to step to that. They do. Winnie intercepts the pass. Call against St. Stephen's for hitting her stick. Great defense by the Maroon. Claire Walsh taking this corner hit. Or this top of the semicircle hit. And that's the end of this third quarter. Going into the fourth, the Maroon are leading 2-0. Both goals from Gracie Buxton. And I think for the Maroon to win this one, rather than dropping back and focusing on all defense, maybe just trying to keep it in their zone like they've been doing a good job of all game. Not even letting them think about scoring, because they're trying to prevent a third goal from going in. What do you think the key to holding on to this one is, Cover?
I definitely think it's in the defense, keeping the ball off the offensive side for the Saints, and just focusing on making sure we don't get complacent, It's easy to think like you're up and you're going to win, but you still got to play until the last whistle blows. Yes,
it's not over. I mean, 2-goal lead is a great lead to have, but I mean, people have scored 2 goals in much shorter times than 1 quarter. So I think we definitely can't be complacent going into this fourth quarter, like you said, and we need to keep the energy and keep the pressure up and battle through the whatever tiredness and coldness we might be feeling, as it is starting to get really cold with the sun coming down here.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that cold first half, but now it's a cloudy day. It's getting a little bit later. I mean, I don't think we're going to have daylight problems, but I guess a couple overtimes could create that problem if that did happen, because it is getting a little bit darker out here. I'm hoping, though, that we don't see overtime tonight. Refs blowing the whistle to try and get the Episcopal players out there. You can see Coach Blunt talking specifically to the defense right now, giving them instruction on what to do in this last quarter. You got to assume it's stay back. Don't. I mean, you obviously want everyone, or a lot of everyone else, to be pressing, especially the attackers. But you want the defense to be back and not prevent any breakaway opportunities, especially with some of the speed we've seen throughout this game from St. Stephen's. All right, the final 15 minutes of this game are about to be underway. Maroon's going to start with it. Jude Logan to hit it in from the Big E in the middle of the field. Waiting for the whistle. Whistle blown. Gracie just hits it right up, trying to force that pressure to start early, as we see some great pressure from Julia. And then some pressure from Jude. It's going to be off the foot. And that's how you see it work right there, just pressuring it no matter what. I mean, there's no necessarily a need for pressure there, but it's been creating a lot of chaos and creating a lot of scoring opportunities and lack of scoring opportunities for the St. Stephen's teams. But now, as Gracie gets the ball taken away from her, St. Stephen's almost had a chance there, but Claire Walsh did around the same thing to them. And now it's going to be a free hit, probably 10 yards out from that semicircle. Winnie's going to take it and play with it real quick. She's going to try and air dribble a little bit. Gets past 2 defenders, almost 3 defenders. And it's going to be a corner for the Maroon. Great play from Winnie to draw that penalty early in this, only 1 minute into this fourth quarter. And let's see if we can maybe extend our lead here just a little bit more. Try and seal this one for good. I think it's Winnie taking this one. Pass it to Lindley. Flies off her stick. Jude's going to take it. Shoots. Just misses left, though. I don't think that was the exact execution of the play they designed, as that ball kind of barely hit Lindley's stick and popped up in the air. But it's still a great scoring opportunity. And I'm sure if we keep getting those, like I said earlier, they'll continue to fall. Good pressure from Jude. She gets it. Gives it back to Winnie. Winnie to Julia. Great ball movement from the Maroon. Julia tries to give it back to Jude, but they're going to call a stick violation on her. And it's going to be the ball for, it's going to be St. Stephen's ball. St. Stephen's playing it up the right, or the left side. Far side. Gonna be a foot against Maroon. Good pressure though, you gotta love it. Now St. Stephen's playing it on our far side. Good movement by them. A lot of defenders on this one St. Stephen's girl, and she's just going to end up hitting it out of bounds. Great defense. That rush tactic worked, as one Maroon player was right on the player, and then there were a couple following her, blocking all passing lanes, so she only had one place to go with it, and it was right out of bounds. St. Stephen's nearly breaks the Maroon pressure, but Winnie was there. Now she's going to run with it. Keeps taking it out on the outside with that little flip over to the backside of her stick cross move. Eventually gets it taken from her, though, but St. Stephen's doesn't have much room to work with here, as her pass is eventually taken by Emma Blue. Almost taken by Gracie, but that ball is going to go right off of Emma Blue's stick. Out of bounds. St. Stephen's with the hit. 11:14 left to play. St. Stephen's playing around the back line. Now they're making some progress. Oh, great ball movement, a little give and go. They're going to try and send this into the middle. They do. Oh, just barely wasn't quick enough. And that ball goes out of bounds. Amazing ball played in there. I thought that was gonna work out pretty well for them, but the striker running didn't have enough movement there to get it. That's going to be a foot on Maroon. Ooh, Chandler gets pushed out of the way a little bit there. So Chandler ends up getting called for a penalty, and St. Stephen's going to run with it right away. Oh, St. Stephen's the chance here. El Young stops it, and then it's stopped by Emma Blue. Great defense. Wow, that ball went through El Young's legs, but Emma Blue was there with the save. What a play. And now St. Stephen's going to get carded again. Different player this time. And she's going to be sent off the field. Coach is asking to talk to the refs again. I mean, this is not what anyone wants to be doing right now. I don't understand what the idea is here. Now the two refs are talking. St. Stephen's AD has to get involved with the sideline comments. I'm not 100% sure what they were talking about, but I have my suspicions. Refs come to a decision. I think it's the initial one they started with. So that was just a bit of wasted time. We let the players cool down, unfocus, get a little bit colder, I guess. Oh, and I hate to say it, but I think I just felt a drop of rain here. This could get ugly, folks. Winnie's ball played all the way up to a St. Stephen's defender, but Julia and Jude were right there for it. And Julia's going to end up fighting for it and winning it to Sydney. Now Gracie's got it. She got room to run. Passes it to Julia outside. It's going to be a penalty against St. Stephen's. Not in the semicircle. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little bit of rain right now. Oh no. This game just got a lot grittier. Winnie's taking it in. Goalie comes all the way out. Her shot wasn't strong enough to get to the goal, but Julia's got it out. She's going to play a great ball back to Winnie. Winnie's going to shoot. Oh, hits a jumble of players off the foot of a Maroon one, I guess. And those are especially hard to see what's going on from our angle, because it just looks like, I mean, you see the ball get hit, and then there's a million players there, which is a good sign from the Maroon as we're packing the semicircle during these opportunities. Lindley's ball to Chandler. I swear that St. Stephen's player hit her stick. They didn't call it, but now Gracie's got it. She's got some room to run. She's running right to the net. Shoots the reverse, misses it though, and I guess that's just the rule. If you miss, it's a penalty, because she's done that twice. And And now there's going to be a timeout for Maroon. 8 minutes, 19 seconds left. I think they thought we didn't have enough players back or something. Interesting that we're allowed to just call a timeout there. But let's see if Coach Blunt has something to say. Or maybe it was a timeout from St. Stephen's. That would make more sense. See if Coach Blunt has any new game plan ideas. I mean, we've been doing pretty great this fourth quarter. Had control for almost the whole game.
Hopefully this game is complete before the rain actually gets bad.
Yeah, I don't feel much anymore. I only really felt probably a total of 15 drops maximum, but I mean it is very cloudy. You never know. I do see some signs of rain, and that would make this cold day a lot colder.
Indeed.
Which is the last thing you want, especially if you're the one playing in this game with no undershirts or anything, just sleeveless out there. I mean, you got to be freezing. Even through all the running, I mean, I feel like it would be hard to just have a good grip on the stick right now.
The wind whipping against your arms and everything.
Yeah. But these girls are battling through all this coldness and wind as of now, and they only have 8 minutes left to deal with it. And Maroons really just got to hold on to this one. They don't need to do anything fancy here, anything special. You see some instruction from Jude on what they want to do with the press here. I think they've got it all figured out now. All angles covered on this hit. Maroons looking for a steal right here. Yep, they're going to play it to that back left player. She's just going to try and send it up off the foot of Chandler, though. Yep, they're going to call that 100 out of 100 times. Now they're moving a little. Oh. Call against the Maroon. I think that was stick to stick this time. Gracie pressuring, hits it. I thought she hit that off of a. Yep, she did. Hits it off the feet of a St. Stephen's attacker. Great defensive play by her. She's definitely fully adopting her center defensive mid position. I don't know if that's a field hockey position, but it's a soccer one, and she's playing the equivalent of that in field hockey. Emma Blue up to Julia. Now St. Stephen's threatening a little bit here as they just got a call just above the midfield. Ball, Chandler jumped to it, but St. Stephen's going to battle through it. Lindley, great interception there. Able to turn her stick around. Now she's got a little bit of a run. Pass it up to Jude. Ball was a little bit behind her, but Jude sticks with it. Tries to send it up to Julia. St. Stephen's player got there first. Sydney thought there was a whistle blown, but there was not. Now they're going to keep running. Sydney's got Gracie at the top, but she's gonna eventually give it to Winnie, who's one person ahead. We're closer to the net than Gracie. Winnie's gonna stick with this one. Goes for a reverse. Goalie with a great play. Kicks it once and then kicks it again all the way out of bounds. Maroon fighting for it. Oh, that ball would have slipped all the way through, I think, but they're going to call a foot. Now St. Stephen's. Oh, a good ball. And they've got, I don't know if you noticed this cover, but Kincaid is just sitting dropped back. All the way back, even though there's no St. Stephen's players even nearby. I mean, 5 minutes left. We're nearing the time where St. Stephen's, it might be too late, too late for St. Stephen's, even though we're seeing, I mean, a little bit more pressure from them, but I don't know. I think the Maroons really turning it up here at the end of this fourth quarter.
I'd agree, and I think it's really great that Kincaid's back there. They're really trying to focus on their defense and make sure that the Saints don't get any headway down on their offensive end.
Yeah, I think the attackers are doing a really good job, and they've been winning MVP of this fourth quarter as they have not let St. Stephen's really get it across their half for a lot of the time. And now we see the rain coming to pick up with these last 4 minutes. 30 seconds left. Winnie with the steal. Tries to play it all the way down the field, it seems. Just setting up the press, though. I don't know what the call was there. It's against Episcopal. Now St. Stephen's passing it. Good movement by St. Stephen's. Ball played right to the goalie, and she's gonna, tough decision there to let that one out, but she decides to. It was the right one, so it nearly missed. 4 minutes left. Maroons just gotta keep it out of the area. And they're gonna turn it over to the Maroon here. Ball goes out of bounds, 3:40 left. Getting into crunch time for St. Stephen's. I mean, if they want a chance, the goal's got to come within the next probably minute max, maybe a minute 30 if they get really lucky again. But now Gracie's going to play it up to Sydney. She's going to have to run really hard for this one. She's not going to get there in time, I don't think. Almost runs into a trash can. They got to move that thing out of the way. That's a little too close to the field. St. Stephen's in full attack mode now. Maroon's got to keep the pressure, though. Can't let them get anything as they're starting to move a little now. But, that's even St. Stephen's player let it hit off her foot. She had plenty of room to run. Claire Walsh only started her press. Hadn't really gotten within 5 feet of her. And she got nervous and it hit off her foot. 3 minutes left. Chandler, great press. You're going to call it against a push against her, though. Thought she just got to the spot first, though. 2:30 left. St. Stephen's some good movement in their backfield. They've got a player to make a run to. Amazing pass to her. Claire Walsh able to hit it out. Now Gracie's got it. She's just got to hold on to this. Great play by Claire Walsh there to prevent that from being any more dangerous than it already was. A lot of potential danger there. Claire Walsh able to stop it from becoming anything, though. Now penalty against the Maroon. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left here. I think it's safe to. It's almost safe to call this one if the Maroon can just keep it clean. I mean, they would need to concede 2 goals extremely quickly, and they haven't conceded one yet. And it's kind of hard to just concede a goal that fast in field hockey. But St. Stephen's threatening right now. Their ball played. No one's getting to it. Oh, my God. A St. Stephen's player got there first. You not want to see that. They're going to have a shot. No, nope, they do not yet. Oh, they're going to play it right off the foot. And that's going to be a corner. A minute 30 left. Big corner here for St. Stephen's. They got to, I don't know why they're not hustling a little more. I guess that they got to wait for Episcopal. I think that they're reading plays off their sticks. Wow, that's very interesting. I didn't know you could do that. So Episcopal is taking their time to put their masks on, which makes sense as they're only a minute left in the game anyway. I wonder if there's a set amount of time they have to do that. The ball played. Passed once, twice. Played down to the middle. El Young there. Foul against St. Stephen's. And I think that's going to be the dagger for St. Stephen's. And Maroon's going to definitely pull this one out at this point as there's 40 seconds left and counting. Gracie plays it to Emma Blue. She sends it up. Ball goes out of bounds. 30 seconds left. This one's as good as over, Cover. And I think The Maroon did exactly what we both were saying throughout this whole game, and what we said the key to the game was keeping that pressure, and they did. What do you think?
Most definitely, you know, this game had a lot of competition, but it was, I think, the defense from the Maroon that really sold it for us, allowing us to keep the lead, not only the lead, but also keep the Saints off the board. So it's great to see that.
And I know we didn't talk about her much, but Elle Young definitely bailed us out a couple times with some amazing saves. And the clock finally hit 0 to make this one official. Episcopal High School is going to move on.